Roll the clip.
He know that. Can't no nigga ever pull my car ever in life. I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business.
I don't feel like you stand on business.
Yeah. You capping. You capping. I know. You capping. I know you. You capping. I know you. I know you. I know you. I know you.
Ain't no mystery about here.
I know you though. I know you though. I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself and your family, nigga. You embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
Man, get off me.
Man, what is you talking
Man, get
about?
off me, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Man, get off me, nigga.
Well, you can't do nothing with me. Ain't shit you can do with me.
Yo, what's going on, my good people? Welcome back to Roll the Clip TV. I am your host, Roberto. I'm in the house. I had to put my Scully on for this one. T.I. and King out there in hot Atlanta acting a fool. T.I. and King out there. So they was at the Atlanta Hawk games yesterday, family. And King showed up, probably a little intoxicated. As we know, he stays. And they got into altercation. Let me backtrack this. First of all, while this is a father and son situation, it is and it isn't to me. Because once your son gets to a certain age, you still love him like a son. But in this situation, I'm talking about in this situation, with your son being aggressive, T.I. had to remind him, you don't know me. You don't know me. He had to remind him, you don't know me. King calling him out his name, calling him the N-word, talking about he on business. I don't know this family intimately, but we've watched them on TV. And if you've ever watched T.I.'s reality show back in the day, y'all saw, like I saw, that King was going to be a problem. We all saw that if you watched it long enough, you saw that King was going to be an issue at some point in time, and now he is living out that issue. King was totally disrespectful. He grew up very privileged, so I don't know why he's coming with this. His grandmother raised them, something like that. He said, talking to his mother out of line. So in this particular situation, people, I know why many of us don't agree with putting our hands on our kids, but you got to put your hands when your son is like this. There's no way around that one, y'all. There is no way in the world that my son, who's the same height as me, gonna challenge me publicly, walk up into my face, and me just sit there and back down from this. That just can't go down. For all the fathers who've been through this before, you understand what I'm saying. There came a point in time in my eldest son's life when he was a young lad. He was always very cool, very respectful, but the kids start feeling themselves and they just want to, they start sticking their chests out. So I always had to maintain a line of mutual respect. And I would demonstrate my mutual respect by clucking him in his head at times, or smacking him in the back of his head at times. That's just what I did. He wasn't a rebellious kid. We didn't have to fight. We had altercations. But just over the years, continuing to reinforce, hey, look, I'm the father and you're the son. This is where we draw the line. I think one of the things that's going on here, beyond some resentment, I believe that King has for his father, because I heard T.I. a couple of months ago in one of his comedies. T.I.'s doing comedy now, y'all, if you guys haven't heard. But I heard in one of his comedy specials that he said that he had to let King go. Which I've said that in many, many videos. There comes a point in time as a parent where you just gotta let go and let God. You gotta let go and let God. You can't cry over them anymore. All you can do is pray for them, let go, and let God. And this is in one of the situations. I hate to see this play out in front of the media the way it has, but King is always live streaming on Instagram or TikTok or any of these. So he's always live streaming. A couple of months ago, he was acting like a fool at the Waffle House out in Atlanta. He told the guy behind the counter, got into some type of a disagreement over food or something. He said, I got more money in my pocket than you make all year. So we see that this is an ignorant kind of behavior. So when this ignorant behavior played out in public, clearly they were at a football game. Everybody was vibing. Everybody was chilling. King decided to run up on his father. And T.I., as you heard, you don't want this one. He said, remember, you don't know me. And that's when you got to remember, listen, T.I. grew up not privileged. He was a street hustler for many, many years. A lot of, it's funny because as a parent, we always try to prevent or save our kids from what we grew up in. None of my kids are growing up in Elizabeth, in the hood that I grew up in. They weren't running from drug dealers and crackheads. And this, I remember one time I was walking home. Actually, I was walking home from work, and it was an associate that I knew from high school. I was about 18 at this time, 18, 19 at this time. I remember walking home from work, and I just stopped to say what's up to him. And my man asked me for $1. I knew him. He is a little strung out, but he asked me for $1. I knew him, so I pulled out maybe like $10. It was like a single and a bunch of fives. My man took a knife out on me and said, "Yo, Rock, give me all that money." He robbed me. My kids didn't have to go through that. At least if they did, they ain't tell me. But they didn't have to grow up. They didn't have to grow up like that. So all I'm saying is that a lot of times us parents have a very challenging life, a childhood that we try to protect our kids from. And sometimes we do a great job at it. And we do such a great job at it that they take it for granted. And this is what you see here. You see a young man taking the life his father and mother provided for him for granted. Now, I'm not saying that T.I. and Tiny don't have the issues. This ain't about that. This is about the way King addressed his father. That's all I'm addressing. The way King addressed his father publicly, he ran up on him, and T.I. had to put the paws on him, as Scrappy would say. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this one. This is it just irks the ish out of me because I hate to see our black families represented like this, because this is not the way black families listen. Y'all, if there was a camera on my household, y'all be like, they boring. But that's how it should be. I mean, we're not boring. We're boring in terms of no drama. We don't allow drama in our household. Our kids ain't flipping all over the place in our household. No. So I hate to see this play out like that, because then the world thinks that every African American family is like this, and we're not at all, 1,000%. But in this particular situation, I gotta say, T.I. did the absolutely right thing. You cannot let your grown son run up on you like that, especially not in public, because I think what happens after that, the disrespect begins to grow, and now the power or the mental power that the child thinks they have, it grows, and they feel like, okay, I can push my boundaries even more. Nevertheless, y'all, let me know what you think about this video. Thank you for checking out Roller Clip TV. I'm your host, Roberto. And remember, you don't know me. You don't know me. Bye.